Welcome back to Hammer Forge Gaming. Today we have the new Blazing Vortex box from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game here. We're going to pop open up and see if we can see what pulls we get. A lot of interesting things in here. There is a couple Starlights we're looking for. Starlight Trishula is definitely one of them. Starlight Prosperity is actually good. We would actually love to pull normal secret rares. We definitely do have lots to look at. As always, here at Hammer Forge Gaming, we're all about the gaming, all about pulling, and the fun of opening the cards is always a part of the actual game. So we're going to go ahead and get started here on the right side as always with pack number 1. Alright, definitely want to be careful here. So we have a Spriggan's Call, reinforcement of the Army's troops. So when an attack is declared, following one of your war monsters, you can special summon one level 4 or lower war monster from your hand. You can only use this in effect of reinforcement of the Army's troops once per turn. That would actually be great in my hero decks. We're actually going to probably set that aside and look at that later. Spriggan's Rocky, Steel Star Regulator, and our first foil is going to be the Constellar Caduceus. I can never pronounce that, and I know it's also a shield in Dark Souls 2. Let's take a look here. Spellcaster effect. If you control a Constellar monster except Constellar Caduceus, you can special summon this card from your hand during your main phase. You can add one Constellar spell or trap card to your deck to your hand. You can only use each of the previous effects of Constellar Caduceus once per turn. Constellar Caduceus monster that has this card as material gains this effect. If this card battles a light or dark monster before damage calculation, you banish that monster. That is actually pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and sleeve up this one here. Look at that a little bit later. And then we have a Machina Unclasper, and a Amananjukai, S4 Specimen, and Arm Dragon Blitz. And that is going to be for pack number 1. Pack number 2 here. Still on that hunt. Spriggan Rocky, Dual Avatar Ascendance, Heavy Metaphors Amalgam, interesting, the Heavy Metaphors coming back, Pendulum Encore, and for our next, we have the Media Reactor Gigadra. Let's take a look here. You can discard one card, special summon one level 3 normal monster from your hand or deck, or if you discard a normal monster to activate this effect, you can special one Metal Reactor monster instead. You can only use the effect of Metal Reactor Giga once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except XYZ monsters. Very interesting. I'll definitely see some play with some XYZ decks there. And then we're going to go ahead and Warrock Orpus, Warrock Ordeal, and Windwitched Blizzard Bell, and Spriggan's Captain Sargus. This is a big boy. Yeah, actually, it's pretty dope though. Alright. Third pack. Spriggan's Branga, Icy Breeze Refrain, Fabled Marcosio, got the Fabled cards coming back, Guitar Gundus Dungus, interesting, pretty cool, and the next foil, Fabled Andraith. Interesting, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. One Fable Tuner plus one non-tuner monster. If this card is special summoned, your opponent can discard one card to negate this effect. Otherwise, you can draw 2 cards, then discard one card. If a monster is sent from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, except during damage, you can target one of those monsters, special summon to your field, but negate its effect. You can only use the effect of Fabled once per turn. Interesting, definitely interesting for this. Alrighty. And then we have a Spriggan Pedor, a Tilted Tri, Dreamier Recap, and Tri Brigade Rendezvous to round off that pack. Alright, so we've had 3 supers. We're definitely due for an ultimate, not ultimate, an ultra or a secret. So let's continue. Knight of Armored Dragon, Ancient Warrior Saga, Chivalrous Path, Fabled Marcosia, Spriggan's Call, and a Spriggan's Ship Explorer. will be our first Ultra. Definitely interesting looking here. Let's go ahead and over it. It's going to be 2 level 8 monsters. You can choose one of your opponent's monsters on spell zones to attach any number of materials from the card. If you do, destroy the same number of cards your opponent controls in that chosen zone. And its adjacent monster or spell and trap zones. That's interesting. So they have 3 and you destroy the middle. Boom. That's going to be cool. You can banish this card until the end phase. Each Spriggan Ship Explorer once per turn. Nice. Alright. Again, that is our first Ultra. Actually, I'm going to move the supers over here. There's the Ultra there. Oh, look at that. We have an Ojama Pink, Digital Bug Registrator, Tri-Brigade Rendezvous, and Sprint the Iron Dash Dragon. Very, very cool. Those right there. And here we go for the next one. Alright, Fairy Archer Ignore, Dogmatic Genesis, Giga Thunder Gigclops, reinforcement of the Army's troops, and Wind Witch's Chimes. So looking at this, target one Wind Witch monster you control, special summon one Witch monster with a different name from your deck and defense position. You only have to do one Wind Witch Chimes per turn. You can now special summon monsters the turn you activate this, except wind monsters. Very interesting there. Alrighty. Then a Radiant Vortex, Breath of Alchemation, Synchro Transmission, and Virtual World Gate Zangwu. That's more Virtual World support. These decks are definitely looking awesome. Alright, next pass. Alright, Giga Thunder Giclops, Steel Star Regulator, Spriggan's Branga, S-Force Professor D Gamma, and then the Armed Dragon level 3. The Armed Dragon cards are definitely looking to shake things up here, so let's take a look at this Armed Dragon level 3. This card's name becomes Armed Dragon level 3 while on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Armed Dragon Thunder level 3 once per turn. You can send one monster from your hand to your graveyard. Send this card from the field to graveyard. If you do, special summon one level 5 or lower Armed Dragon monster from your hand or deck. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a Dragon monster effect, you can draw one card. Very nice. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and Breath of Accumulation, another Ojama Pink, Synchron Transmission, and S4 Specimen to round off that pack. Alright. Next up, we're still looking for a secret on this side, so we should be getting it soon. Armor Dragon Ritual, Ancient Warrior Saga, the Shippler's Path, Knight of Armor Dragon, Heavy Metaphors Amalga, and Great Sand Sea Gold Gogoda. All Spriggan's Exposing monster until getting 1,000 attack, you can only use each of the following effects of Great Sea Gogoda once per turn. If you control no Spriggan's Exposing monsters, you could discard one Spriggan card, special summon one Spriggan's Exposing monster from your extra deck. If a face of Exposing monster you control leaves the field by card effect, except during damage step, you can target one monster your opponent controls. It can attack for the rest of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Pretty cool. So if they get rid of that, it still cannot attack for the rest of the turn. Pretty awesome. Alright. And we have a Stairway to Fabled Realm, the Fabled Amnak, Fabled Treason, and Archfiend's Staff of Despair. Alright. Moving right along. Still looking for a secret on this side. We have Fairy Archer Ignore, Armed Dragon Lightning, Parametamorphose Fusion, Guitar and the Angel Statue Azurine. Special summon this card as an effect monster. This card is also still a trap. That's very important to note. Once per turn, when your opponents would special summon a monster while this card is in your monster, you can send it to the graveyard. You can send to the graveyard one continuous trap in your monster node that was special summoned from the spell or trap zone. Negate the summon. If you do destroy that monster, when this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle, you can destroy one monster that destroyed this card. Very interesting. I can see some plays with that being pretty decent indeed. Then we have a Dream Mirror Recap, Fabled Abnek, World Gate Xianwu, and Raging Storm Dragon Befort 9. Interesting. Alrighty. Moving right along. 3 more packs left on this side. Parametaphors Melcaster, Dual Avatar Ascendance, Neroy the Dreamer Discipline, Linear Equation Cannon, and our first secret rare, S-Force Rappa Chimaru. Very nice. Let's take a look here and see what we got. Each of your opponent's monsters in the same column as your S-Force monsters can only target that monster for attacks. You banish an S-Force card from your hand, return this card from your hand if you do special summon one S-Force monster from your deck in defense position, except Chimaru. You can only use this effective S-Force Chimaru once per turn. So we're going to go ahead and take our... I'm going to go ahead and put that in a different sleeve. And then finish off this pack. We have Spriggan's Blast, Unclasped Spear, Torpedo, and Staff of Despair. Alright. Oh, we're still, I believe, looking for one more Ultra from this side. Spriggan's Branga, Icy Breeze Refrain, Neroy the Dream Discipline, Warrock Skylar, and here it is, Armed Dragon level 10 white. Wow. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by its own effect. You can banish Armed Dragon monsters from your field and graveyard whose total level equals 10. Special summon this card from your hand, then you can add 1 white veil from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Armed Dragon level 10 once per turn. You take no effect damage, and the start of the damage step of this card attacks, you destroy 1 card on the field. That is power. And we're going to go ahead and put the Armed Dragon level 10 white in a white sleeve. So that is our second Ultra for the box. So we're going to have 1 more secret, 2 more Ultras, and the rest of the Spriggan's Pewter, Unclasped, Blast, and Treason to end it off. That's still a pretty good pull. I'm not upset about that one bit. Alright, next pack, Warrock Skylar, Giga Thunder Eclipse, Armed Dragon Ritual, Dogmatic Genesis, and Ancient Warriors Rebellious Liu Fang. This one's got a wall of text. Wow. Alright, it cannot be normal summoned set, must be special summoned with hand by controlling the highest attack Ancient Warriors monster on the field, even if it's tied. You can only special summon Ancient Warriors, Rebellious Liu Fang once per turn this way. Once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, you can destroy the 1 face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest attack, your choice if tied. You can also, well, if you cannot activate monster effects this turn, these activate effect Ancient Warrior once per turn during the end phase. If your opponent controls a monster with the highest attack on the field, give control of this card to that opponent. Ugh. Very niche play. This one probably we'll see with Ancient Warriors. I am not sure if a deck built for it, but wow. Definitely something to look at. Alright. We're going to go ahead with Orpus, Ordeal, Blizzard Bell, and Sargass. Alright, last pack on the right side. Let's see what we get, shall we? Alright, S-Force, Professor Di Gama, Marcosia, Melcaster, Encore, and Dragonite Gormfabar. I'm totally butchering that, most likely. 1 Dragonity Tuner plus a 1/9 Tuner monster. When this card is Synchro Summon, you can target 1 Dragonity Tuner in your graveyard equipped to this card. You can send 1 equipped card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard, then target up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard. Banish them. You can only use the offense of this card once per turn. And Amakanuki, Stairway of the Fiend Realm, Tri-Brigade Rendezvous, and another Staff of Despair. Shrink. And now on to the left side. Alright, Dual Avatar Ascendance, Heavy Metaphors Amalgam, Pendulum Encore, Knight of Armored Dragon, and EMR. Tribute 1 machine monster, then target 1 card on the field for every 1,000 original attack of the tribute one. Destroy those cards. So effectively, you can pretty much wipe a whole board. Target 1 card on the field. It's not just monster cards. If you have a 10,000 attack card, you can pretty much board wipe an entire field there. That is crazy. As for Specimen, Dream Year Recap, Fabled Everdeck, and Virtual World Gate Zan Wu. To round off the first pack on the left side. Next pack. Marcosia, Fitness, Ingunar, Genesis, and Ancient Warriors, Rebellious Lufang again as our super. Iron Dash Dragon, Blizzard Bell, Ward Walk, and Bayfella. Alright, Shifters Path, Marcosia, Call, Cyclops, and another Trigger Knight. Go for bar. Raging Storm, Spriggan Pridor, Unclet, and Spriggan's Blast. So enough that back. Next up, Cyclops, Army's Troops, Ritual, Chivalrous Path, and Dual Avatar Empowered Mitsu Jaku for our next Ultra. Very cool, very cool. Oh, let's go ahead and read that while we're here. Dual Avatar Feet Coco and 2 Dual Avatar monsters. Oh, it takes 3 to bring this out. First time each Dual Avatar field monster you control will be destroyed by battle each turn. It is not destroyed. Once per turn during the main phase, you can return all spells and traps your opponent controls the hand. When a fusion monster is activated in your opponent's field while you control 2 or more fusion monsters, you can destroy the monster. Can destroy that monster. You can only use this effect to Dual Avatar once per turn. That's actually a pretty powerful card. Though it is costly to bring it out, but I'm pretty sure we can figure out ways. Alright. I'm looking for one more secret, one more ultra on this side. Let's see. Steel Star Regulator, Brigand, Digama, Ingur, and another angel statue as Azurin. I've already seen this one, so I'm just going to sleeve it up. Put it over. Pretty good. We're not seeing a lot of the same stuff. Nothing really new coming out. Now we're just looking for the still another Ultra and Secret. Dragon, Amalgam, Melcaster, and Air Manifolds as Ultras. Never really got into the Pendulum cards. I know that Pendulums can be insane, especially with some of the effects. Let's go ahead and read this one. If a face-up Manifolds card you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can trigger one face-up card on the field destroyed. You can also use the effect of Pair Manifolds once per turn. And then one Manifolds monster plus 1 fusion. You can special summon this from the extra deck. You can target one card your opponent controls. Shuffle 2 face-up Pendulum monsters from your extra deck into the deck if you do destroy that card. You can only use the effect of Pair Manifolds once per turn. If this card is in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in the Pendulum zone. See, I don't get that how these ones would work. I mean, would they be in the main deck, and then you obviously once used you put it in the extra deck, but that's correct. I'm confused. Okay, here's it. Alright, good there. Let's move on. Again, one Ultra left and one Secret left. Armed Dragon Lightning, Fusion, and Dios, and Armed Dragon Thunder level 5. I believe this is the same. Yep, it's in, Dragon level 7. From your deck, if this card is into the graveyard, you can activate a Dragon monster effect. You can add one level 5 or higher wind monster from your deck to your hand. That's pretty cool. Some dragons are definitely going to could be a force to reckon with. Definitely going to want to see what they mean by chazzing it up. And then obviously going to end up with those. Alright, next pack. Disciple, Cannon, Skylar, Cyclops, and Maho Light of the Heavens. This card, actually, this thing is insane. Check this one out. So this card gains the following effects based on the number of equipped cards attached to it. +1, it gains 1,000 for each equipped card attached to it. Okay. 2, your opponent cannot activate monster effect during the battle phase. When your opponent's card or effect is activated that targets this card, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard and negate the effect at 3. 4, your opponent cannot activate card or effect during the battle phase. Activate cards or effects. And 5, any damage this card inflicts to your opponent is double. So if you have 5 cards, not only is she already 5 plus 5,000, so she is 650 or 6,550. It is then double. That is insane. I mean, as for a super rare, that is just pure insanity. Alright, Synchro Transmission, Force Science, Alchemation, and Xianwu. Definitely game. Like I said, I'm going to look into one of the virtual world decks and see what we need to make one, because I would love to play with those and figure that out. Alright, here. Looks like we got 4 packs left. And we're still missing 1 secret, 1 ultra, and 2 super. So let's go ahead and start with this right-sided pack. Frame, Disciple, Skylar, and Underdog is our final secret. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. During your turn, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. During your opponent's turn, negate the effect of all face-up monsters you control. I mean, we're definitely looking for a posterity, but looks like we're going to be going on that one. Definitely an interesting card to use. Definitely have to take a look at it. Alright, Ritual, Genesis, Fusion, Force, and Warrock Bashilios. Our final ultra rare for the set. Definitely an interesting guy. Let's go ahead and read him. During the battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can activate this card. This card can attack directly this turn. Also, all Warrock monsters you currently control get 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. When this card is in your hand or graveyard, when your Earth Warrior monster is surveying, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use the effects of Warrock Bashilios once per turn. He's 1, 2, 3. He's rank 8, so use him going to rank 8 plays before the end of the turn. That is definitely something to look out for. Alright, so these 2 packs should be just some supers, so let's go ahead and get in there. We haven't had the greatest skills and the greatest of luck, so we'll definitely be working out here. Disciple, Troops, Cannon, Lightning, and a Virtual Otohime Totul. Again, just kind of looking at that virtual deck. Definitely pulling some support for it, so we'll see what the base is and maybe work out getting into a actual deck build for it. And then we'll go over that in our next video once we have it planned out. Spring is last, Bidor and Despair. Alright, final pack here. And we'll be moving on down to the next item. Marcosia, Malcaster, Encore, Showdown, and Sacred Beast Tree Hyperion. Not bad, not bad for our first box. Hopefully be on the lookout for another video featuring Blazing Vortex. We're definitely going to be wanting to pull more of this to try and get more of those secrets and secrets and ultras, see what we can do. So far we have for our secrets, Underdog, we have Beleus, Empowered, White, and Explorer for our ultras, and Hyperion, Tutu, Mahovalo, that's probably going to look at Arm Dragon level 5, 3 Paramedicals, Angel Statue, 2 New Dragonini Knights, 2 Ancient Worlds, Li Fang, a second Azure Statue, Azure Reading Statue, trying to highlights for you. Great Sea Gold, Windwitch Chimes, Fabled Unwrath, Eudora, Kitus, and Yamar. So far, looking pretty decent. Stay tuned next time. Go ahead, please like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, let us know what any advice, anything you'd like to see us try and open up in the future, and have a wonderful day.